Well, good afternoon, everybody. I've already talked to you on the do's and don'ts of living in the Philippines, the don'ts. And I hope whoever you are out there, thanks for so many good comments and that. And it's just basically after being here for almost 9 years of what I've seen, what I've learned from the expats that I do know here, and not all of them are above board. Not all of them treat the locals like they should be treated, and I really see that as a big disrespect to the locals here and to the Philippine culture, and I don't want to be a part of that at all, and those people are generally no longer my friends. So that's the way it goes. But now I'm going to talk about the other side, the do's. What you should do here if you're thinking of moving to the Philippines. And the biggest thing is always going to come down to there are enough young, beautiful ladies here, and I mean ladies, that are more than happy to meet an expat, whether you're from Australia, Canada, United States, even other parts of Asia here, and Europe, and that. More than willing, and a matter of fact, there are approximately 10 to 15 million Filipinos living overseas and working overseas as what they call here OFWs, okay? Overseas foreign workers, okay, all over the world. They're in Canada, US, or in Australia, oh gosh, you name it. They're throughout Asia here, especially in the Emirates and Saudi Arabia, Dubai. I could go down the whole list. There's plenty of them overseas, so there's many chances for you to meet a Filipina and decide that you want to move here to the Philippines. And I did, and I suggest if you're the type of person that wants to do that, go ahead and do that. That's one of the do's here. There are a lot of young ladies here, and it is really a help to their culture here, and there is absolutely no stigmatism here about the age difference. When I met Beth, I was 62. She was, 31, so she was half my age. The thing that bothered me the most initially was the stigmatism in the U.S. of older men with younger women. It is automatically assumed when you see that in the U.S., the old guy is filthy rich and hopefully he's going to pass on and leave everything to the young bride. We call them gold diggers. Anyhow, there's none of that here. There's no stigmatism here. When I first came here and went to Mindanao to meet Beth's parents and her brothers and sisters, I was accepted by every member of the family. And there was no mention or stigmatism of age difference and that is so prevalent in a lot of the Western countries, and that just does not exist here. And a matter of fact, I believe in many respects the girls are encouraged to do that, and actually there's young Filipino girls that meet Filipino men, older men, and marry them also. So there's absolutely no reason, if this is interesting to you, to be able to do that. And a lot of these expats have actually started second families here, even having another family, sons and daughters, in the foreign country where they came from in here. So you're accepted here. It is a part of the culture here. And again, there's no stigmatism against that, but I tell you what, be a gentleman. Have respect for her and the family. And just, I cannot stress that enough. That is so important. This is a family clan culture here, and when you are with their daughter, their sister, you are part of the family and the clan that they all belong to, and they will accept you as such. And treat her with nothing but the goodness of your heart, the love and respect that she deserves. And boy, I'll repeat that over and over and over again. Because you do, you're going to have a prize. And I've got a prize that I thank the Lord for in Beth every single day that I'm with her. She is just so outstanding. It's absolutely incredible. She is the woman I looked for in the States for so many years. Thought I'd found, but found out I hadn't found her at all. Okay? And I had to come here to be able to find her. Now, the vast majority of the expats meet these girls through the internet, through Asian dating sites, and you're going to find gals from Thailand, from Vietnam, and especially here also from the Philippines. What can I tell you about meeting and traveling to the Philippines? Boy, when you first meet them on the internet, ask a lot of questions. Find out who they are. Find out what they're looking for. And be honest with them. Boy, honesty is the best policy. If you pull their leg, guess what? It ain't gonna work in the long run. So be honest with them. Face-to-face contact. Skype's out there. Use it. I used it all the time. Matter of fact, after I met Beth, we met on Skype every morning before she went to work, every evening when she got home from work, from the day we first met. So we talked, we were able to talk face to face. And on her birthday in June, we actually spent the whole day on the internet together on Skype celebrating her birthday. If you're not doing it face to face, you guys out there may be talking to some fat, ugly dude from Nigeria who puts a pretty picture up there, but that ain't who you're talking to. I'll tell you, there is a bunch of scam artists from around the world that want your money. Remember, even here in the Philippines, you are thought of, being an expat, as wealthy from the word go. You've got money. And they expect that you do have money. So be very careful, because they may start asking for things. You have to know, oh gosh, how do I tell you this? You have to know where to draw the line. It's okay to do some of the giving, to give her a little present here and there. You've got to be smart, and you've got to know where, in your particular instance, you draw the line. Some cut it off right away. Nothing. I ain't sending her nothing. I ain't giving her no money. Period. Well, sorry, but the chances are you're going to lose. Period. It's better off to give them a little bit of a present to start with and see how she reacts and go from there. Okay? Boy, there's no definite rules when it comes to this. Use what you have. I was so lucky with Beth. I offered and she didn't take. And I offered some more to help her and her family. And she basically, nope. Even though the time came when I did send her some things. Okay? Because that's what I wanted to do. That's okay to do that. Know where the line crosses over here. It's no different than, I have my vehicle fixed at a shop in Taliban here. My multi-cab. Every time I go in there, the mechanic, because you don't pay him, you pay his dad, okay? So I don't know how much money he gets, but every time he's done, I hand him a $500 peso, 500 peso bill, or 1,000, just on the side. I don't let anybody see this. Okay? It's basically telling him, thank you. And now when I come in, I get some really good service. And I continue to do this. There's instances here where that helps. Am I doing anything illegal? Surely not. I am giving him something a little extra because of the good work he does. Does he appreciate it? Yes. Something breaks down, he'll be more likely to come and visit me and do the repair than not. Okay? That's what I mean in dealing with these gals too. You've got to kind of know where to draw the line, but also don't just automatically say no. In general, what I'm talking about here across the board is 50 to 70-year-old gentlemen who are mostly retired, or they are financially secure enough that they can retire early, and 20 to 35-year-old young ladies. I repeat, it is part of their culture, and it is part of their family surviving. Most families have a OFW worker somewhere in the world to help support the family. Do you know that the biggest money maker here in the Philippines is OFWs sending money back to their families in the Philippines in the amount of 2.5 billion pesos a month? So you see, you're not only helping her, you're not only being with her, she's got a family, you're helping them to move at least a little bit up the ladder, so economically through her. And that's part of the culture here. Accept it. If you can't do that, go look somewhere else, because you're just going to cause a lot of hate and discontent here. Become a part of the culture. I can't overstress that. This is why I love the country here. And I love being out in the country, not in the towns or in the cities. We're close to Taliban, we're close to Getafe here, but we're out in the country. Poverty here is what they'd call in the U.S. extreme. The average probably daily wages is $4 to $5 a day, okay? U.S. dollars a day. Do what you can in the culture that you're in. You've got your neighbors. Out here, they live very simple lifestyles. They have bare bones living. So I choose to do this because I can help them and I want to live amongst them. I did not come here to live like a Westerner. As a matter of fact, I didn't even live like a Westerner in the West when I was in the United States. So actually moving here was, for me, was kind of a step uphill. My cabin in the wilderness there had no running water or electricity. I got both of them here, so I'm happy. Can you live like a Westerner here with your young lady? No problem. You can build a Westerner house, you can have the full air conditioning, you can buy a brand new automobile, you can travel to all the resorts here, Boracay, Panglao, Palawan, and the big motels and hotels that are there. You can enjoy a lifestyle here that a tourist would dream of. There are so many things to see here, so many places to go. And by gosh, they will love the attention you give them and the money you spend. I'll tell you. They'll be more than happy to wait on you hand and foot in whatever endeavor and place you want to visit or go here. Attempt to become a resident, a permanent resident here. I suggest that to absolutely everybody. You come here as a visitor. If you intend to stay here, become a resident where you have to just report in once a year instead of every 60 days. Okay? It just makes life so much easier for both of you to be able to do that. So whoever you are, wherever you live, you can meet a young lady here And you can live the lifestyle you want to live. It's up to you, period. If you're wealthy enough, I'll tell you, you can live the fanciest life on the earth. There's a lot of Filipinos that live a pretty fancy life here. Myself personally, I choose to be part of the third world Philippines. That was my personal choice. I chose to live amongst the people in the country because of my deep respect for them, because they are hardworking, they're sincere, they're friendly. I can't say enough about them. My neighbors here are basically super. They've accepted Beth and I here. Like I said, you can become a part of this and be proud of that. You know, I choose to live in the country. I choose to live amongst the locals. I choose to farm and garden to become as self-sufficient as I can. I choose to do all the things that I've done here to help the neighbors, to show them a different way of doing things. I have chosen personally to be a part of their culture, to be a part of their life. And if you do this, you can be in a few years in the same position that Beth and I are in right now. No problem whatsoever. Okay? So those are all the do's that I can think of. And probably the biggest do is help whenever and however you can. When you come here, do your part to help the neighborhood, to help the people here. Whatever you can possibly afford to do, do it. Okay? They need your help. Part of their acceptance is based on that ability to be able to help, and I suggest that. And I'm going to have to kind of get out of here because I'm running kind of long-winded here, but I've got another video coming up because there's a lot of expat YouTubers, and I'm one of them. You're watching the videos right now. I've got a few things to say about expat YouTubers that will probably be pretty interesting to a lot of subscribers and viewers out there, and I'm going to try to be honest with it as I possibly can. So until then, I'm going to say goodbye for now. If there's any suggestions you can make to me for more do's, but I think that pretty well covers the ground, and that pass it around. Whatever you have, the good things that you have in your life, pass it around. The drama, the attitude you may have had, leave it wherever you came from. I'll repeat that too. Leave it wherever you came from. They don't need it here. They don't want it here. And it's the quickest way to get basically parted out so that you wind up completely by yourself. And there's no reason to be here if you're just going to be completely by yourself. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thanks for viewing. Like and subscribe. And I'll be back with you again.